Hey everyone, so this should be a pretty easy video. So I'm going to try to send out more walkthroughs. I talked about that a little bit earlier in the semester. I'm going to try to send out more walkthroughs this semester for projects because I got a really good, probably the only universally positive response from the surveys was that you guys like the walkthroughs. You like it whenever I go through the assignments step by step so that you can go back to them and watch them and figure out where you went wrong. And it also reduces the amount of questions that you have to send to me, which is great. So I want to walk through this one. Now, this one's probably going to be the easiest one. Normally, you'd be in my live session right now. We have the obviously the OHS issues. I have figured out how to get into parts of the OHS, so I should be able to get these walkthroughs out to you guys very fast today. But remember, because of this issue, I am opening up my Raise Your Grade session twice today from 12:30 to 2:30, and then I also have office hours from 2:30 to 4:30. So plenty of time to get in touch with me if this is confusing or if anything else is confusing. So the first assignment for semester 2 is great. I love this assignment because we're not jumping back into programming yet. Obviously, it gives you like a research assignment first, which is great. So this is all talking about jumping into what's called open source software. Now, open source software basically means that you have access to the source code. So, and everyone does. They basically open up their software, they send it out, and they say, here's a version of my software that is good. But can you make it better? And they open it up to the community to make it better. And this is such a cool, it's not new. We've been doing this for, probably the last 15 years of software development. But it is a great model for the business because it just keeps users interested in the product because we can edit and manipulate that product. So if you ever see something that is open source and you just don't like maybe one little thing about it, the good news is you can access the source code and you can actually fix that and change it yourself, which is really cool. So these are all versions inside of your assignment little doc that's in the OHS. This is what it looks like. Inside of here are a couple of examples of your sorry, I'm getting really confused here. People keep instant messaging me, and it's distracting me. So here's a couple examples of open source software. We have Audacity, we have Blender, GIMP, Firefox, WordPress. And if you don't know what these are, please jump in and research all these. And first of all, let me just say that all of these should be on your computer. If you're going to be a computer scientist in any form or fashion, you should have pretty much all of these. WordPress is probably the only one that if I were saying you could skip one, I'm not a huge fan of WordPress. I think that, but it's a great blog management system. So if you're into blogging, it's not a bad idea to learn WordPress. But the others are awesome. And Audacity is one of the best audio mixers out there. I mean, maybe even with the paid versions of everything, Audacity is amazing. Almost every single mixer that I know, anyone who's involved in music uses Audacity. Yeah, Audacity, yeah. All right, so there's a couple here. I think it uses do not choose Blender. So it says do not choose Blender for your project because obviously they're giving you the answers here. So make sure you use one of the other ones. But basically, it's asking you to go to Google and research these. But I'm going to challenge you to not only go to Google and just do research, but download one of these and play around with it. Okay, so you never learn more than when you actually do something. Whenever you can read programming books all day long, but if you jump down and you try to make a program on your own and you try to learn things by using them, they will stick with you forever. Okay, so that's true about game design, 3D design, computer science, web design. Doesn't matter. You're going to learn more by doing. So jump in and actually try to experience each of these questions, and that's kind of like some enrichment that I'll throw out to you. So, for example, choose an open source software project to research. Write 1 to 2 sentences about why this project interests you. So that's easy. You just talk about why it's an interesting piece of software. Now, like I said, I would recommend download it, play around with it, and then tell me in the context of using it, how did it interest you? What was appealing about the interface? What do you think they could be used for? And then some of this other stuff, obviously, there are ways to tell what type of programming language that Audacity was written with by playing around with it, obviously, because you have access to the source code. But like I said, a lot of these things can be found online as well. This research has been done for you. So once you fill out all of these, this project's done. It's easy. Get a easy 100 for the beginning of the semester. Let's all start out the semester with 100. I'm going to grade these. I'm going to be a little bit strict on some of these, especially some of the open-ended questions. Make sure that you guys are formatting them and you're putting in good answers. And I want to know that you've actually experienced this piece of software, particularly number 13 in 3 to 6 sentences. Describe what you can find out about the project software development processes and issues. So things that, this is a big one for me. How did the development team create this piece of software? What did they do? What process did they do? Some of these, and actually I know one of them for sure, on their page actually tells you how they developed the software. So this would be really interesting. Like I said, I love Audacity, so I'm plugging that one as one that's fun if you like music. Blender's great, which you can't do that one, I'm sorry. GIMP is a alternative to Photoshop, so if you like photo editing. Firefox is a internet browser, and WordPress is a blog management system. So I hope you guys, now remember, if none of these interest you, there is a monstrous directory of open source software on SourceForge. I think there is a link, yep, right there, sourceforge.net. Tons of open source projects. You can do any open source project you want. That includes open source video games. Does not matter. I want to just know that you know what open source is and that you know how to research and find out about how they created that piece of software. So good luck, guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing all these submissions. If you need any help, remember I have open office sessions today, and I have a lot of one-on-one sessions tomorrow that you can still sign up for. So just let me know if you need any help. And until then, have a great day, and I'll see you in class very soon.